Wednesday, February 4th. What does that mean? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 4 days until the big game, baby. I'm a Seahawks fan. Haven't cut my hair since like November. Can't wait to cut it, but I'm not going to until Sunday ends. And I'm not doing anything today, so I figured I'd make a video. Why the hell not, man? Why the hell not? It's a beautiful day down here in Southern California. It's going to be a beautiful weekend to beat the New England Patriots. And I just wanted to talk about the game, things I like, things I don't like. Can start off really quickly with things I don't like. Everybody in the world thinks the Seahawks are going to win, and it's a single football game where anything can happen. So I really hate the confidence that everybody seems to have in the Seahawks, because this is how the Patriots begin a new dynasty. So hate that. On the other hand, I do like where we stand. I feel like we're better in every position on paper. So I feel good about that. But anything can happen. It's a single game. Let's see. I think I'm going to look at some bets I like. Listen to those birds chirping out there. Sam Darnold would be beaming right now. It's a beautiful day. Okay. So let's see. I will share my screen. Fuck yeah. That's sick. Okay. So this is what we're looking at in terms of odds for MVP. And of course, the obvious choices are the quarterbacks. Whether the Patriots win, Drake Maye is the likely MVP, or the Seahawks win, Sam Darnold's the likely MVP. There's definitely some value in JSN because, in my opinion, he's the best player on the field. And while, yes, Sam Darnold will get a lot of the credit for what JSN does, if JSN has an absolutely unreal game, he could get it. I also think there's a lot of value in Ken Walker just because he doesn't need Sam Darnold to perform in order to succeed. And I expect the Seahawks to try to run the ball, set up play action, that kind of stuff, really get going. But what I really want to look at here is my favorite young rookie who is getting a ton of credit in the media right now, my boy Nick Emmanwori. So we call him Demonwori because he's fucking everywhere. He's the offense's worst nightmare. He can break up passes to Puka Nacua and also beat your left tackle to sack Drake Maye. It's he can do it all. And I think that this will be, if I had to guess, I would think that this will be an under 45 and a half point game. I think it'll be more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Trudge? Is that a word? It's going to be a slog, as my buddy would say. It's going to be a slog. And I think that it is going to be a final score of, something along the lines of 20 something to maybe 24-17, 24-14, something along those lines. I don't think there's going to be a crazy amount of points. And I think Nick has that kind of swagger and big play ability to just dominate. And so I like him to be MVP. I mean, obviously it's a long shot. He's 75-1. But I've actually placed a bet over on Kalshi MVP. So here, of course, just like Draftkings, Sam Darnold, Drake Maye are the leaders in the clubhouses. I actually have an open bet on Nick to be the MVP. Because I think that's awesome. And I wanted to also do Ernest, but I haven't yet. I'm just sticking with the one Demonwori bet I have so far. So MVP, I like Emmanwori as a long shot. He probably is gonna miss out on the defensive rookie of the year, though I think he's easily been the most impactful You can talk about Carson Schwarzenegger all you want, and the Browns, whatever. He's a great player, but very, very few players can do what Nick Emmanwori does. And I think if he has a great game, that he will he'll get some recognition for not getting the Defensive Rookie of the Year. But that's a long shot. I'm not going to pretend it's not. Um, I wouldn't advise you to go out and go crazy on it or even bet it. I'm just a psycho, and it's something I like. Marcus Jones actually interesting too if you think the Patriots are going to win because he returns punts for them too. I think if we look on Draftkings, he's 60-1 on DK, and he can make a few game-changing plays. So as my buddy said something to me that really resonates with me, like JSN Diggs, it speaks a little bit more on DraftKings, but like JSN, Shaheed, Diggs, all these guys rely on the quarterbacks to have a case for MVP, which means that the quarterbacks should be performing too. But on the defensive side, if it's just a total defensive game and, at the end of the like the Rams Patriots, if it's a 17-10 game like that, um, it should easily go to a defender, in my opinion. And I would say Marcus Jones is probably the most likely Pats defender. Gonzo, yeah, it's tough for a corner to make that big of an impact. But Emmanwori lines up everywhere. He does everything. He makes sacks. He tackles behind the line. He defends passes. He gets interceptions. He can do it all. So I think if he makes a huge impact, he can get it. Let's see other bets I like. Like I said, I kind of think it's going to be an under 45 and a half. I just really think people are focused on, these are the best deep ball throwers in the league. JSN or not Darnold and Maye. I think they both average 8 point something per attempt, which is the top two in the league. And people really are people think this is about the offense. I think it's about the defense. The Patriots have a great defense as well. They're pretty good at shutting down the run. They play the pass decently. I mean, they have Gonzo. The Seahawks are completely shut down the run, and they're pretty good at defending the pass as well because they can just rush four and get pressure, which is not something a lot of teams can do. And I think I saw a stat that most of Drake May's sacks in the playoffs have come from four-man rushes. Okay. Yes, of course, this comes from a Seahawks account, but it's not bias. Well-known former Colts head coach Jeff Saturday on ESPN notes that 11 of the 15 sacks taken by Drake May this postseason have come against a four-man rush, which is what Seattle does very well. They get pressure by only rushing four guys, which bodes well for Seattle. Sacks over under. Here we go. No, not for the players. Fuck. Although Leonard Williams over to get half a sack plus 136. Wow, I like that. Okay, let's not lock it in, but I like that one a lot. If you were to bet a Patriot to get a sack, wow, Milton Williams odds plus 164 to get just half a sack. I mean, he should dominate Anthony Bradford. That's the one glaring weakness in this game for the Seahawks. Milton Williams should absolutely dominate. Should eat up Anthony Bradford. I'm not saying it's going to happen. Bradford's had his moments, but most of the time he's the weak link. So yeah, I kind of like Milton Williams to get half a sack. Barmore 295. No, I like Milton Williams and I like Leonard Williams. You know what? Honestly, where's Eamon? Oh wow, they don't even have Emmanwori here. Okay, so sacks, Milton Williams, Leonard Williams. Two Williamses? Wow. Fun. Demarcus Lawrence could get one too, but -110, not a little less attractive to me, but he's been awesome in the playoffs. Another one I like is if you're gonna bet Patriots touchdown, I like it to be Drake May, just because the Seahawks defense is really good. Run. I don't really have a ton of faith in Ramondre to get a touchdown. Everybody talks about the Seahawks not being great against tight end, but I don't love Hunter Henry to get a touchdown, even at plus 235. But Drake May at plus 285, like sure, that's even better odds than Diggs, but I think if they're gonna score, um, May escaping pressure and getting across the goal line makes a lot of sense. Um, Diggs I kind of like too, but I'm not gonna bet on a Patriots passing touchdown. For the Seahawks, I kind of like Cooper Kupp to get a touchdown. I'm not gonna bet on K9 at -195 or JSN at -110. I kind of like Kupp and Barner though, but I'm not gonna lock those in. Let's see, what else do we have? Drake May over 38.5. He's gonna be running for his life all game, so he could lead. He could honestly lead the Patriots in rushing. But that doesn't mean he'll get over 38.5. But I do like the 38.5 line. It's important to note the previous Patriots playoff games, they had some weather. They were cold, not necessarily friendly games. Granted, one of them was in New England, but Drake May, he's an MVP candidate for a reason. He's awesome. I think there will be a 2-point conversion attempt. I think points might become tough to come by, and I think the team that's losing towards the end will go for two at some point. Or either team, honestly, a team that takes the lead, adding 2 points. I'm not gonna lock that in, but I do like it. What else can I talk about? I think the keys to the game, everybody talks about everybody's focused on, oh, Drake May hasn't had a great playoffs. This is the easiest path the Patriot ever to get to a Super Bowl, blah blah blah. None of that matters anymore. This is one game in Levi's Stadium, baby. Yeah, it'd be great to raise that trophy in Levi's, but it should be beautiful weather. It'll be a good game, and everybody thinks Drake May has struggled, and yeah, he has. He's been in some weather, and they've played tough defenses. There won't be any weather, and this is another very tough defense that can get pressure just rushing four. But I think the game really comes down to the Seahawks offense against the Patriots defense. Because if they're able to get in in Darnold's head, that scares me. But I but I like the Seahawks. I have to. Come on now. Come on now, baby. Oh my God. 94.5. Next highest is 44.5. Rashid Shaheed can basically do this in one play, but it's a tough bet to make. Ooh, let's see receptions. I bet Ken Walker has a good receptions number. Over 2.5. I kind of like that. Let's see what he's done. In both games without Sharps, he's had over 2.5 catches. So I do kind of like that, especially since the Patriots have a good defense. Man, I can't even. I wish I could like this, but they haven't used them, and I don't see it changing in the biggest game of their season. But maybe they'll surprise us. Did see one that I fucking hate to read. We'll read it right here. Will the Seahawks attempt to pass from on or inside the Patriots 1 yard line? 5.5 to 1. No, they won't. No, they won't. And same bet, but it'll be a touchdown. Don't think they'll even attempt it. So no, no, no. If this existed as a bet that resulted in not a touchdown, like any non QB to throw a pass, I would like it. Similar to QB to catch a pass. Like I would like I think there will be a play where a non QB throws the ball, but I don't think that necessarily results in a touchdown nor a quarterback catch. But Clint Kubiak to be in the season liked his weird trick plays, and thankfully he got away from it. But who knows? I'm sticking with my demon bet, man. The NFL honors are tomorrow, and I don't think he's going to win Defensive Rookie of the Year, regardless of what I believe should happen. Um, and I think maybe he'll make up for that in the Super. He'll have a chip on his shoulder, and he'll want to get MVP. Granted, is Super Bowl MVP voted on? Well, MVP is voted with 80% of the vote cast by 16 handpicked NFL media members, 20% by fan voting. Okay, so 80% is by the actual media, whereas the fan vote's just 20%. Cool. Who are the 16? 50% of the 57% of the time it's a quarterback. Huh. Wow, that's not as likely as I would expect. That's only half the time, which to one position, I guess that's a lot, but I would have guessed it was closer, like 60 or 70% of the time. On top of it, oh man, oh no, not a good paragraph, not a good sentence for me. The real disparity comes between offensive and defensive. On top of the 33 quarterbacks, 8 wide receivers and 7 running backs. Defensively, only 10 players have won the award, and one special teams ace has won it. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Um, Another bad sentence for me. For the last 20 years, offensive players have dominated the award scene. Just 2 defenders, 2 linebackers, 1 Super Bowl MVP. Malcolm Smith, shout out, baby. Also went to my high school. That's my boy. And Von Miller in 2016. Okay, well, those are 2 dominant defenses. So that could happen again. Although this kind of makes me want to bet Ernest, which is what I wanted to do to begin with Emmanwori. Maybe I will. Because Ernest Jones, he's been outspoken. He's been a back. He's been one of the leaders of the defense. Um, he lost his dad a couple months ago, which he's gonna have motivation and energy. He's gonna be on one for this game. And people seem to think the Seahawks linebackers are weak, but Ernest Jones had an insane season. I think he has like 5 picks. Yeah, baby, 5 picks. Oof. 5 picks. He could do it, man. Airplane. I have the door open because it's a beautiful day outside. So any noise you've heard this entire time, it's because of that. Okay, so it's very unlikely. Obviously, that's why the odds are that what they are for the defensive players to be MVP. But in a world where the 2 most likely options are Sam Darnold against a good defense and Drake Maye against a great defense, I don't see why it can't be a defensive player. And if I was going to bet somebody, I of course have my Seahawks winning, so I'm going to pick a Seahawks defender. So I might dip into the Ernest market. We'll see. And I think his odds are still better on Kalshi. So if I'm going to make that bet, it would be on Kalshi, even though I'm pretty anti Kalshi, whatever it is. Oh, that's kind of what I like for odds. I like a defender, man. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be some high-powered, octane, high offensive game. I think it's gonna be a slog, and I think both teams, the Seahawks for sure, are gonna try to run the ball, and we'll see if they'll succeed. The Patriots they're playing a tough defense, man. I don't think they're gonna be able to readily put up points willy-nilly. I mean, against Denver, what did they won 10-3. They only put up 10 points. And half of that was in a blizzard, so there's that caveat, but I don't know. And of course, Super Bowl MVP is a market that the house makes a ton of money on because there's only one winner, and every single player is plus odds because who the fuck knows who it's going to be. So I'm not going to tell anybody to throw money at Super Bowl MVP. I'm just telling you, I think Nick Emmanwori is different than any NFL player. And I think he'll show that on the national stage. I mean, I put money on it. No, don't blur it. Don't blur it. There we go. I don't know if you can see it, but I got 100 buckaroonies on Demon to be MVP. Bang. Might make another. Who knows? And if I were to, it'd be on Ernest Jones. January 29th, 10:57 p.m. I haven't yet, but I think I want to bet E-Man and Ernest MVP. So this is what I got. This is what I was talking about earlier. And my buddy made this point, and I agree with him. Um, he says, see, the thing is, Hunter Henry is never winning Super Bowl MVP. If he has a good game, then Drake Maye probably has a good game and wins MVP over him. Barner is the same deal, just with the other team. I say Barner has the however unlikely possibility of doing a tush push, but I agree. He goes, I would absolutely give a random starting defender better SB MVP odds over like the third best pass catcher on a team. 100%. Something big has to happen for it not to be a quarterback of the winning team if an offensive player is going to get it. That's why I like betting on a defender, especially in this game. I've said it a million times already on this recording. I think it's going to be a slog. I don't think it's going to be I don't think it's going to be like the Eagles last year where they just dominated. I don't think it's going to be scoring willy-nilly. I don't think it's going to be Eagles Patriots where it was what 40 something to 40 something. What was the final score in that game? Eagles Patriots Super Bowl 41-33. I'm not expecting a game like that. I expect both defenses to show out because both defenses are very good. Yes, it was Jarrett Stidham, but they held the Broncos to 3 points. Yes, the Chargers offensive line is decimated, but they held the Chargers to what? 3 points. And yeah, like they picked off CJ Stroud 4 times. I like a defensive player. That's it's value. It's probably not going to happen, but it's great value. I think it'll be a long game. And I don't necessarily think Sam Darnold or Drake Maye are slam dunks. And I don't think a running back's going to get it either because the Patriots have a very good rush defense and the Seahawks have, I think, the best rush defense in the NFL. So why the hell not? Can't it be a defender? Let's fucking do it. Let's fucking do. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna have to lock in Ernest Jones at some point. So yeah, I am going with my Seahawks in this game. 4.5 is a decent amount of points. They have to win by 5 to cover that spread, and I kind of like them to cover the spread. But man, I think it'll be a close game, but I think it'll be one of those games where the Patriots need to score a touchdown at the end of the game, meaning I think it'll be 4 to 8 points, and the Patriots have to get a touchdown. And I don't think they will. That's kind of how I see this game ending. Definitely going to be close. And so I think I really like under 45.5 points. I don't think they're going to score that much. These are two very good defenses. And whoever your favorite defender is in this game, man, I would recommend betting on him. Why not? If you're going to bet on a Super Bowl MVP and you want a long shot, pick your favorite defender in the game because this is the type of game this is the type of Super Bowl that can see a non-quarterback win it. And I don't really necessarily think a skill position player is going to get it either. So I'm just repeating myself at this point. Um, it's going to be a tough game. I think both teams are peaking. It's tough to say that about the Patriots, but they are a good team, man. Everybody talks about the schedule. Who the fuck cares? They can only play who they play. And they beat the Bucks. The Seahawks lost to the Bucks. Granted, that was back when Igbuka was a 150-yard, 2-touchdown receiver, but anything can happen on any Sunday. So I'm praying my Seahawks get it, but this is a totally winnable game for the Patriots, and everybody seems to think they have no chance. And I don't like that because they totally not only have a chance, but they have a very real chance, a good chance This is the Super Bowl. You don't get there just because your schedule. You get there because you're a good team. You deserve to be there. Yeah, they played Jared Stidham in the AFC Championship. Who cares, man? I don't think Bo Nix is winning that game for the Broncos, honestly. Yes, it was 10-3. I don't care. Uh the Patriots' only score was on that Jared Stidham bonehead shot put fumble, what have you. But Bo Nix isn't some world beater, and I think the Patriots still would have beat him. So it's gonna be a great game. I can't wait. I'm fucking hyped. Um, Go Seahawks. Go Nicky Manwari. And I'll be back. First video. I don't know. I don't know what the hell this is. I'm just having fun. I'm just recording. Got nothing else to do. Got nothing else to do, man. Go Hawks, baby. Go Hawks.